It's showtime.
Hey, welcome to Did You Watch Survivor Last Night? My name is Jake Seddell. It's a podcast about reality television and friendship in which I ask my best friend Thomas Bell if you did indeed watch a certain reality show. Hey, Thomas, how you doing today?
Jake, how are you?
Doing fine. Pretty excited that we're finally officially in the preseason of Survivor.
This one really flew by.
Yeah, it was only like 2 months, which has to be the shortest, at least in recent memory. I feel like it's usually about 3 months in the winter and then like 4 months in the summer that they take off.
Yeah, we usually have to fill a lot of time, and this time it felt like barely anything.
Yeah, which is like nice because I hate coming up with ideas.
I know, I don't want to have to think about what I'm doing.
What Miz movie do you want to watch this week?
We've already watched like both of them. We're gonna have to start watching the
the
Marine
only two
movies.
that are important. I don't want to watch a Marine.
I don't either.
I did a podcast yesterday called Adult Films, just about movies. And my topic was wrestlers who like go into acting. So we're listing all of them, and then I was like, well, and then of course there's The Miz, and the two hosts just looked at me like, what the fuck are you talking about?
He's the most must-see actor of all of them.
He's an A-lister. The Miz is good. He also hosted Champs vs. Stars, which ties into this show after a couple steps, which is a great way to transition back onto topic. So, Thomas, did you want to discuss the cast of Survivor Edge of Extinction?
I would love to. I think it's going to be a lot of me listening and a lot of you telling me because they didn't do videos of them.
So it's going to be every episode of this podcast.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's not much of a departure from what we usually do. But yeah, they just didn't do videos this time.
Yeah. Apparently Entertainment Weekly Canada did, or Entertainment Tonight Canada did videos, but like, we can't go to their website because it's Canadian, and that's not the way the internet works in America, unfortunately. But, like, yeah, CBS didn't put it on the YouTube channel. It wasn't on their own website, so I don't really know what any of these people sound like, except for the four returnees, or what their whole vibe is. But I can tell you that their answers to the questionnaire, a lot of them annoyed me.
Oh boy, we're off to a good start.
Like, we were talking before we started recording about how they're doing such a bad job promoting this season. I really hope it's because it's bad and they stop doing these weird twists. I was like, well, you know, I'm excited for the new season nonetheless. And then I read through this cast and was like, I don't think there's anybody I'm really gonna like.
Uh-oh. Well, we can just root for maybe if they just want to have as many terrible new players as possible, so you root for all the returning players. So
it's not even that they're terrible people that we want to root against. It's just like they're so so aggressively like family friendly or like anti-family friendly, but like still very, I don't know.
Let's get into it.
Okay, yeah. Before I go too much into this,
Jake doesn't want to get off
spiral
on a rant here.
No, not on this show. Okay, Thomas, I think a fun thing to do would be to ask you the questions they ask on this questionnaire. There's a number of questions.
All right, hit me. This is me. I'm on the new season of Survivor.
Congratulations, you're on Survivor season 39. Almost same names. You're with a different Tom Powell, but he doesn't use the H in the first name. So almost same names. Your partners. On Survivor Season 39.
It's me and my uncle.
It's you and your uncle, that's it. It's also Blood vs. Water 3.
Yep.
It's my dad and my grandpa are also there. Because they also have the same name and are families.
I mean,
families?
I love and respect your dad, but I will beat him.
That's fine. I want them to do a Blood vs. Water 3 and go on with my dad solely so I can be the one to vote him out.
Yes.
I am taking Sierra Easton's crown. It was like a first appearance. I'm like, yeah, I'll fucking vote on my dad. I don't give a shit.
Just immediately, my closest ally in this game, I'm gonna get rid of him. I'm not making big moves.
Yeah. I'd hike to the other camp and be like, no, I'm on this drive now. We're trading. Jeff said it's cool, believe me. Okay, Thomas, tell me your hobbies.
I like to watch basketball. I like to play video games. I have a podcast that I do about the show Survivor. And I'm pretty active on Twitter.
Oh, you're going to be one of those fun millennial types like Zeke.
Nope.
What are some pet peeves?
People that chew with their mouth open.
That's a good answer.
Or like smack.
That's very relatable. The cereal? Or the drug?
No, I mean, yeah, the drug. It's one of my big pet peeves. No,
one of my big pet
people
peeves
that
is drugs.
like smack while they're chewing.
Yeah. Yeah, good answer, very relatable. Now listen specifically to the words I'm saying here, because
okay.
not everyone answers this question correctly. 3 words to describe you. That's it. That's all you gotta give me. 3 words to describe you. Just 3 words. Won't count that one.
3 words. I don't know.
If somebody answered that, I would laugh so hard.
Yeah, I don't reading their... doing that. Come on.
That's a good answer. What is your personal claim to fame? Thomas, if you don't say this fucking podcast right now.
Probably my Twitter account and no other Twitter accounts that have me in the name.
Mm-hmm.
And my Twitter account, but if you ignore the link section of my profile, probably is what I would say.
Link in bios, but don't bother looking.
I won the geography bee in 6th grade. That's probably my claim to fame.
That should be your answer.
Yeah.
Who or what is your inspiration in life?
Jeff Probst.
Good answer.
Just in general.
That's a guaranteed win for you right there.
Yeah, I mean, they have to have me on the show then.
It used to be Boston Rob, but then too many people were saying Boston Rob, so now the secret is to say Jeff Probst for that one. If you could have 3 things on the island, what would they be and why?
Okay, so this is like if, rewards or whatever, basically.
No, if you could take 3 items with you onto the island. And just have.
Probably like a very long book. for something to do.
Yeah.
Man, what do I need on the island is the question there that can sustain itself, because it's not like I can be like, I'd bring my laptop. The internet and power that we have.
Could you not say something like that? You think that doesn't make sense?
I guess. I'll just say my...
Although, I will say, the question is posed, if you could. So, say your laptop is self-sustaining. Because this is
I don't
Magic
think that's
Island.
In the spirit of this question. I'm going to say my toothbrush, which they probably let you bring anyway, but...
No, they don't.
They don't?
No, they brush their teeth with, like, coconut, I think.
Oh, yeah.
You'll see them sometimes, like, scratching something on their teeth. I think it's either coconut or some other plant that seems to help. Like, obviously a minimal amount, but better than not.
Sure.
You'll see like scenes where people are doing that while talking to somebody. That's what that is.
Yeah, I'll say toothbrush and deodorant then.
Okay. Good answers. Which Survivor contestant are you the most like? And I'll have you know Jeff Probst has never technically played Survivor, I'm sorry to say.
That just makes me sad.
Us too.
I don't think I'm like any... I think I'm unlike any contestant that's ever been on this show.
Well, we wouldn't have cast you if that were the case. Everybody's just some form of Boston Rob.
I don't know, like David, I don't know.
David Wright, yeah. What's your reason for being on Survivor?
Big fan of the show. I've watched it a lot. I just really want to see if I have what it takes, you know? I just feel like I need to do it.
Wow, and you're saying you didn't read these cast bios?
Crazy.
Why do you think you'll survive Survivor? I mean, Survivor's in quotes.
I don't. I don't think I would do very well.
I can just imagine the casting director on the plane to Fiji as you're answering these questions, like, why do we...
I'm an early out.
Put me up first, I don't give a shit. I just love being on planes. Alright, Thomas. Let's start off with the biggest, I think, character in the preseason. Self-made person. His name is Dan De Silva. He is 38 years old. He's from New York but lives in LA now. Here, let me tell you his occupation. He's a law student / former military.
Okay. Just now getting that law degree, huh?
I guess. Do you want to know his nickname, which I believe he gave himself?
I mean, you're going to tell it to me anyway, so...
Oh, it's the War Dog!
Oh, that's cool. Cool, dude.
His 3 words to describe himself: confident, self-amused, and passionate.
Self-amused?
Yeah, that's not something to brag about, I think.
It's also not one word.
There's a dash in it.
That doesn't make it one word.
Agree to disagree. That's 3 words. What 3 words did you use to describe
that
yourself?
That would be the best
Agree
answer.
To disagree.
Agree to... Who's to say? That's my answer.
Who's to say? 3 words to describe myself. When's Friends on?
Just Joey, always.
JJ.
Wait.
JJA.
3 words to describe myself. How you doing?
How you doing? Good. How would we not cast Joey Tribbiani on any of our...
Didn't we? Yeah, I can't believe we haven't done it on any of our shows, because didn't we have a joke hashtag the first time we did this joke to get him on Survivor?
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember what we initially called it. We definitely got the name wrong, but like something fairly close. But I'm fairly confident it's either Joey Tribbiani or Joey Fibonacci, and I know that it's not Joey Fibonacci.
Okay.
So I'm like 90% sure it's Joey Tribbiani. So he's not on this season of Survivor, but the War Dog is. He is asked why he will survive Survivor, and he says, I bring a certain sex appeal that men my age haven't had over a decade, or most have never had. But I digress.
What?
I also bring a sharp mind, likable, joyful personality, one that can be both subservient and when I need to be, and a leader when there is a vacuum of leadership. Oh, because he was in the military.
Oh, yeah, I see.
The vacuum of leadership.
What the fuck is he talking about, that he is, like, handsome in a way that no one has seen for 10 years?
I don't know if that meant because he's in his late 30s, or because that's just his generation, or what. I don't know.
Yeah, man, hope I die before I get old.
Hope I die before I meet Dan De Silva.
Hope I die before I become the kind of attractive in 10 years that no one has seen in... What the fuck was the wording of that again?
I bring a certain sex appeal that men my age haven't had for over a decade, or most have never had.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
That's just nonsense. It just rolls right off my brain.
He's gonna be a lawyer.
Of course. Well, I mean, he's gonna win every case because he brings a certain sex appeal.
Well, he's really the next generation Franklin and Bash.
Oh, of course. Which do you think he's more of a Franklin or more of a Bash?
I think he's more of a Franklin, and I definitely know which one is which.
Yep.
Remember when Camille Nanjiani was on that show? Man, well, Franklin Bash was such a good show. I love that show so much.
Show that everyone loved. Remember when Camille Nanjiani got mad that people gave, like, I think at the AV Club for giving bad reviews to it? And it's like, come on, dude, it's a TNT show. Like, why do you care?
They know drama. No, Franklin Bash was very good. and I love it. It's so fun. It's just like two bros hanging out on the beach, and then sometimes they're in like a Harry Houdini water tank in court. And it's like, what a crazy show.
I was more of a Rizzoli and Isles fan.
Rizzoli and Isles wishes. That's my 3 words to describe us. Rizzoli's and Isles wishes. Okay, who's next? Oh, wait. Last thing Dan DeSilva, the War Dog, says, I bring a strong set of physical skills, and I won't be the one whining and complaining. In the end, I'll make them laugh when we are all having a miserable moment. If somebody's like, I'm not going to be the one to whine and complain, I 100% assume they are going to be that person.
Yeah, I mean, probably.
Anyway, not off to a great start with Dan DeSilva. Up next is... Oh, these people are all on the Manu tribe. This is Reen Daly. She's 46 from Virginia. She enjoys chess. Cool.
Oh, boy.
Kickball. Great, also. And also, her third favorite hobby is neighborhood security.
Oh, no.
We are having the same reaction.
What's that app where people post, like, insane shit? Is it Next Door?
Next Door, yeah.
Yeah, she's, like, one of the people on there that's constantly talking about how there's, like, trespassers and, with not-so-subtle racist undertones to it.
Have you seen the one that's, like, I think there was, like, a drug exchange or something on the street? Or no, it was a prostitute. I saw a car pull up, somebody got in, and then they drove off, and I haven't seen them. And somebody else replied, like, sounds like an Uber. Best of Next Door is a very good Twitter follow. But yeah, I feel like I can see Reen Daly on there, based on her responses. 3 words to describe yourself: inquisitive, tenacious, and energetic.
Definitely inquisitive, because you care about fucking neighborhood security. I'm in the neighborhood watch, because I'm just naturally curious.
Yeah. She's, like, got her blinds open, and is just, like, peering out her window every night after the sun goes
I like to
down.
think I'm inquisitive.
Just a little quirky. Tenacious and energetic. I really hope that we're wrong about her and she's very sweet, but that neighborhood security thing turned me off immediately.
Yeah, that's one of the worst answers you could give.
It's like, it brings up a lot of questions, and also it's so incredibly boring.
It's not...
For that to be a hobby?
Yeah, like, come on.
And not, like, a duty of your neighborhood? I feel like you could spin it that way. But to be like, no, I love watching crooks in my neighborhood get jail time. Sorry, did I interrupt you? You
No.
want to say something? Okay, that neighborhood security thing freaks me out. What is your personal claim to fame? I don't mean to sound cheesy, but my kids... Okay. Her mom is her biggest inspiration in life. Why do you think you'll survive Survivor? I don't think...
Wait, did she just end by saying my kids is her claim to fame?
No, she talked about them, but it's boring, so I just skipped it.
Yeah, I haven't heard of your kids, so...
Yeah. What's that mean? Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids.
She says that they're good, caring people, and she's super proud of that. Good job. She says her social game is amazing. Again, has not played the game, so she can't know that for sure.
Yeah, how would you even know?
My social game is amazing, and although I am honest to a fault, I know when to chill.
I think you're a liar, because you don't know if your social game is amazing.
I've been watching since 2000. I trust no one.
She's got that part down.
Words mean 0 to me. Actions speak louder. I want you to know how she punctuated that last part. Words mean 0 to me, period. Actions speak louder! Exclamation point.
Good stuff.
I feel like she's going to be intense, but lack self-awareness. That's what I get from her.
Yeah, I don't think that's an unreasonable assessment. We'll see how she is.
This is Rick Devens. He's 33 years old
Devin
from Georgia.
Ricks.
Rick from the show in Georgia about zombies. Walking Dead. It's been a while since I've watched it. Oh, hey! What did you say your hobbies were again, Thomas? Watching basketball.
Yep.
Playing video games.
Yep.
And hosting this podcast.
Yep.
So Rick Devens' 3 hobbies are playing basketball,
Sure.
playing video games, and hiking/playing with the kids and dogs.
You know what? Rick Devens, I'm already on board.
He says he is funny, compassionate, and loyal. I hope he is.
No one should ever
that.
say that they're funny.
Yeah. If anything,
That's for other
you should
people
say you're
to decide.
self-amused.
Yeah, self-abuse
Yeah.
makes more sense because that guy probably does amuse himself.
Yeah, notice the guy who says self-amused doesn't say funny. He once contacted some people to rescue a cat from a tree, and it was a big deal in his town. His biggest inspiration in life is his dad. Other than that, it's Stephen Colbert and Stephen King. So he's going to be like a nerdy dad type. That's fun.
Yeah, how old is he?
He's 33. He's not as old as I thought.
Okay.
I was imagining he was
Not
like
that
in
old.
his
He might be
mid-40s.
okay. The Stephen Colbert thing and Stephen King thing worries me a little bit. He might be.
It's basic nerd culture.
Yeah, I guess.
Not so basic nerd culture. He is also an Eagle Scout. And did you hear me say earlier he is a morning news anchor?
I did not. Okay, this has just been going further and further downhill.
I know. I was.
We'll see how he is.
Yeah.
I feel like he might be okay.
I'm sure he won't have the morning news anchor personality 100% of the time.
That would be really funny if he did. I'd actually like it
God.
better.
That would be excruciating to experience, both for the people around him and also just him.
He's in character. He can't turn it off.
Yeah. It's like Mike White again. He's just in character the whole time. Up next is Wendy Diaz. She's 25, she's from California, small business owner. Her hobbies include swimming, rock climbing, anything active, karaoke, and getting into shenanigans. So, sounds fine.
Yeah, getting into shenanigans. This is fucking
Yeah.
bad Tinder profile shit.
I was going to say, if I saw that on Tinder, I would definitely swipe left
She's
immediately.
all about going on adventures.
I do love to go on an adventure, though, so... I also... You know what my favorite adventure
Is she fluent in sarcasm? That's what I want to know.
That's another one where I'm like, nope.
She just loves to laugh. Family is very important to her.
Not here for hookups. She did not come on Survivor for hookups. Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say earlier. Oh, shenanigans. Yeah, stupid. But swimming, rock climbing, anything active, karaoke, those are all things I like.
Yeah, yeah.
She hates quitters, which, again, something a quitter would say. 3 words to describe
quitters
you.
are good. I will not have someone discriminate against my people.
I heard, actually, I read this on a Tinder profile, and it made me laugh. Quitters go to rehab. Get it? Rehab is for quitters. That's it.
Oh, sure, okay. Because you quit doing drugs.
Yeah, that's funny, right? Here are 3 words to describe herself. Idiosyncratic, fun-loving, and spontaneous.
Okay.
Really hammering home her basic Tinder profile.
So random.
It's very funny. Her mom is her biggest inspiration in life. And she says that she's very similar to Sandra and is excited that they have the same last name. They could go on same names together. So now we have 6 people on
Is this
same name.
the Sandra that won twice?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Don't compare yourself to a person who's won twice.
Well, they have the same last name. So.
Oh, well, that's a good point. They could go on same names.
Up next is Lauren O'Connell, 21, lives in Texas, goes to Baylor University.
Uh-oh. I already know I'm not going to like this person.
No, you're going to love this person. All the shit we gave Wendy for being, like, a basic girl you would swipe left on Tinder.
No, if you go to Baylor, I am already, like, oh, cool, you go to, like, the really weird private Christian school where they don't let you do anything and cover up rapes. Like, that's good.
Her hobbies include binge-watching multiple Netflix series at once.
Oh, man.
Sleeping
it's not a personality!
Okay, but what about this? Is this a personality? Sleeping through my alarm.
Oh, good one.
And you know what else she loves? Eating a party-sized peanut M&M's bag in one sitting. You love this girl.
That's great.
You'd meet this girl at a party in college and think she was great.
Listen, sometimes I eat an entire 40 count of pizza rolls, and you don't hear me bragging about it, okay?
I just have a whole YouTube
I have a sense of propriety. Shame.
You remember in high school when we watched, I think Preston made us watch that terrible video of the guy eating like 50 or 60 or 80 pizza rolls while just staring deep into the camera?
Oh my god, yeah.
You remember that video? God, that was awful.
That's one of the many things Preston finds that I'm like, what do you do? Like, where on the internet are you at all times? It was probably something on Something Awful. I wasn't really familiar with Something Awful at the time.
Well, it's definitely a fitting website name for it. I still will think about that and, like, cringe.
Haunting. I hadn't thought about it until just now, but it all came rushing back.
Hey, if you haven't seen that video, don't look it up. It's bad. Sorry, Preston. Love you, but that was awful. Okay. What is her name? Lauren O'Connell. Her pet peeves are people who are intolerant or someone else's personal opinions and beliefs. People who are intolerant of someone else's personal opinions or beliefs.
Okay. I know who this is directed at if you're at like a weird fundamentalist Christian private school.
Unnecessary rudeness and those misguided people who choose Twizzlers over Red Vines.
Oh, come on. You're a Red Vines person? I don't even like licorice, but I know that's wrong.
3 words to describe you. Competitive, good. Committed, sure. And compassionate. Okay. She's not the first person to say that, I think. She also plays for Baylor's women's soccer team, which is cool.
Sure. She might be good at the game in that case.
Well, she loves Jesus.
Oh, of course. Well, she goes to Baylor. I already knew that.
Her biggest inspiration in her life are her parents. If you could have 3 things on the island, what would they be and why? Usually I deleted this question for most contestants because the answers were boring, but I feel like this one really gives us an insight into Lauren O'Connell. My Bible to remind me that I can only find my worth in Him, capital H.
That is such a fucking weird, like even if you are a Christian, that's such a weird way to view that.
Yeah. She's also going to bring sunscreen, but only SPF 25 because a little tan looks good on everyone.
Okay.
And
honestly, sunscreen would have been a good choice for me. I think I really dropped the ball there.
That's all right. You can. You don't need deodorant. You can just go in the water.
Yeah, I think that probably would be the one that gets cut. But
yeah, you're definitely going to need to put a lot of sunscreen on. How old were you when you realized that water doesn't block the sun and you still need to put on sunscreen? I'll tell you, I was too old.
I was going to say older than I should have been.
Yeah. That's something they should teach you as a child.
Yep.
Not something you just realize in your 20s. Just kidding. Her last thing is M&M's that she'd bring. Oh, boy. Oh, man. Each answer just makes her worse and worse. Okay. What Survivor contestant are you the most like? Who do you think she said? I'll say I don't think you've seen this person play, but you know of her because she is a legendary character.
Is it like... I don't know.
Yeah. Parvati Shallow.
Okay.
She says, Parvati Shallow is my spirit animal. This is cool, a cool thing to say. Because one, no way are you at all like Parvati. And also, we're not saying spirit animal anymore. So, strike one and two.
This, like 2008?
Yeah. Use your persona. You know, from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Her infectious smile, smart wit, and expertise in using her sexuality has won her a place in my heart, and I feel like my gameplay could be similar to hers. I also strongly relate to Kelly Wentworth's gameplay.
Oh.
She is unapologetically herself, dominates the physical demands of Survivor, and is a threat in any type of challenge. Ideally, I would play the game as a perfect mix of these two powerful females.
I wonder if she knew that I wonder if she knew that Kelly Wentworth was in the game when she gave this.
I don't think she did. Also, lame ass move to compare yourself to two of the most legendary female players who have ever played. Like, yeah, everybody thinks they're Parvati. Nobody is, though. The only one who comes close is Russell, and Russell has never won, and Parvati has. So, just saying. Maybe Richard Hatch. Or Richard Albert. He knows the island. Hey, are you still there?
I was just deep in thought. So deep that even the Richard Albert reference couldn't get me out of it.
Oh my god. She calls herself brilliantly strategic but subtly humble about it.
What?
So people are not intimidated. In addition, I have a plan for a spectacular social game that cannot be beaten, allowing people to feel like they are in charge while ensuring them that they are important, loved, and valued, all while I am masterminding moves in the background. I've studied the game for years. My Barbie and Ken doll were named Tina and Colby. Shut the fuck up.
God, this is really obnoxious.
And I know exactly how to manipulate if necessary in order to win.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like if you're going out planning to manipulate, you're going to be bad at it.
I feel that this is taking too long.
Yes.
Like this would be like a 2-hour show if we went through all of these like this.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go quicker through all these. Keith Sowell was 19, North Carolina. He's a pre-med student. He is also religious, and he writes and performs poetry. Also loves video games, though. And, like Bangs, going to the movies.
Yeah, baby.
He also loves his family a ton. Chris Underwood is 25 from South Carolina. Loves surfing, sailing, camping, and anything outdoors. Love it. Laziness, he hates. Political Facebook posts, he hates. And people who are all talk and no walk. I like that.
Sure.
That sounds fine.
He's a big fan of...
Great.
Bringing it back.
It's been... You lulled me into a false sense of security.
They were just talking about on Citations Needed, which is a very good podcast. They had an entire episode that was devoted to like the SPO populist and like subtle anti-worker messaging of and
nice to have
yeah, and it was a really good episode. It had all the very similar criticisms that I have of him, and
but you love him so much.
About midway through it, I realized like, man, I really haven't brought up on the podcast in a while.
God damn it. I need to find a pen so I can write on.
Anyway, you guys should listen to Citations Needed. It's good.
Did you see that Punch Up the Jam just did a few weeks ago? Dirty Work.
I did not. That's exciting though. Who'd they do it with?
Yeah. I don't remember who the guest was, but she was very good. But the whole time I thought of you.
There's no need to punch that song up. It's perfect.
It's so good. Their Punch Up is very good too. Yeah. I've been meaning to tell you that for like a straight month that they did that song. It hasn't come up till right now because Did you intentionally stop doing it so I would think you forgot about it?
No, I just forgot about it.
Oh. You see, that's not a good move.
That's even
Survivor.
better than making you think I forgot about it. It's more authentic to
man.
genuinely forget about it.
Yeah, because now I never know when it's going to come up.
Yeah, it could be happening anytime. I can remember it anytime, Jake.
Okay, and next person on this tribe is Kelly Wentworth.
Hey!
31.
Do you think she's going to say that she's most
Seattle.
like Kelly Wentworth for her?
Kelly's answers are so much fun. I love her so much. She played in San Juan del Sur first season and Second Chance for second season. Did twice as good in Second Chance. So, as far as trends go, she's looking good. Hobbies: photography, walking my dogs, and witchcraft on the weekends.
Hey!
Pet peeves: unseasoned rice, games involving balls, and people who think they're basically badasses. What's your personal claim to fame? Wentworth does not count. ×9. Who or what is your inspiration in life? Anyone who won Survivor on their first try. And then she says, which Survivor contestant are you the most like? Kelly Wentworth from Survivor Second Chance, and I think she was also on Survivor San Juan del Sur. What's your reason for being on Survivor? I have one thing left to do in this game: win. So, I'm all here for Kelly Wentworth
to see her
win this
win.
game. Up next is David Wright, 44, California. Played on Millennials vs. Gen X. He loves chess, 3D printing and making puzzles, and figuring out how to live forever. What's your personal claim to fame? Lasting 38 days out of 39 game. His biggest inspiration is Spock. What Survivor contestant do you think you are the most like? He relates most to David Wright. That bald nerd just needs a hug. Alright, so of all of these people, who are you going to pick for your person pre-merge?
I'm going to pick Kelly Wentworth.
God damn it!
You shouldn't have given me the option to pick first.
I was really hoping, because you picked David in the Millennials vs. Gen X at one point, didn't you?
I did. I
So
did do that.
Keep with that. God damn it.
Who will you pick, Jake?
I'll pick David Wright. Fine, I get first pick for camera though.
Okay.
Okay, up first we've got Victoria Beaumont, 23 from New York. Hiking, painting, visual art, cooking. Oh my god. She has a guinea pig named Peeve. To get it.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Controlling, ambitious, and witty. That's not a good combination. Don't say witty.
Yeah. There are certain things that you should not describe yourself as.
Yeah. I don't think the other contestants see these, though.
No, probably not. I don't think anyone sees them. I think we're the only
Probably
people
for the
that are
best.
seeing them.
What is your personal claim to fame? She's valedictorian of her college with a perfect 4.0, and I bring it up in conversation as much as possible.
Oh, no.
I think
That's
that was
probably
meant as a
self-deprecating,
joke.
but
Yeah. She has a second guinea pig named Scamp.
I don't know why you would want that many guinea pigs. Why would you want one, let alone two?
Yeah. Just get a hamster and then it dies eventually.
Yep. Jake doesn't
Ron
know that
Clark.
from personal experience.
A lot of hamsters in my day. He's 46. He's from Atlanta. Okay. So, as you noticed, it's in the hobbies section. Most people just list a few things. But Ron Clark wrote a whole fucking paragraph. And I won't go into it now because we don't have a lot of time. But God, he just is. I don't like him. But pet peeves are losing and people slurping their food, just like you. You could be on this show. 3 words to describe you. Are you ready for these 3 words?
Hit me.
Visionary, compassionate, mean girl.
Visionary. Mean girl
And
is
also
2
mean girl.
words.
Put it in quotes. Here's the thing, also. That must be meant as a joke. Because this guy's whole thing is like that he's a very good dude. Because he started a school in Atlanta called the Ron Clark Academy that, like, teaches students... No, instructs teachers to teach, I think, is what it is. I don't know. But it's, like, a very well-regarded school.
Okay.
He was also on Price is Right in 2002. His biggest inspiration is his students. That's good. What? Oh my god. Okay. If you could have 3 things on the island, what would they be? A recording device that I could leave under the shelter so that I would always be in the know. How would that work, Ron? Like
Ron.
Tommy Wiseau in The Room. Returning player that others would focus on voting out so that the target wouldn't be on me.
Well, you're in luck,
okay.
buddy.
Yeah. Too bad returning players usually do well.
They usually do well, is the thing.
I think there's only been, like, 1 that I can think of that's got out pre-merge and, like, captain seasons like this. And his wedding ring, so I'd be inspired by the love waiting for me at home.
Is he normally not allowed to bring his wedding ring?
They probably don't want to because they might lose it.
Yeah, I think it'd be a bad idea to take with you.
He also wrote several sentences when asked which contestant he was most like, just to say Spencer. It's like 4 sentences,
God.
and then at the end it was
What a
like,
ringing
I'm basically
endorsement.
Spencer. I just rewatched his first season. That dude fucking sucks. That dude was an asshole. Anyway. Last thing about this guy, he says his passion rubs off on people. I don't like that phrase. Up next is Julia Carter. She's 24. She's from Maryland. She is a medical assistant. She hates being ignored, loud chewing, and when people document everything on social media. 3 words to describe her are adventurous, resilient, personable. She's inspired by her mom. Her dad died shortly before Survivor started. As the, initially. So this has always meant a lot to her. Eric Hafman is 34, lives in California, but he's originally from Chicago, which is where I live. He's a firefighter. You know they love firefighters on this show. Backpacking, basketball, woodworking, and pretty much anything outside. A lot of people saying that.
Yeah, sure. Him and that other guy will get along pretty well.
Yeah. My biggest pet peeve is people taking themselves too seriously. Come on, relax, people. I try to remember that 99.9% of the time I am not the smartest, coolest, most interesting, deserving, or important person in the room.
That's not a bad attitude to have.
Yeah, I like that. He is inspired by his son, who has autism. He compares himself to Tony Vlachos, which, again, no, you're not. Nobody is. There's nobody who can ever play like Tony Vlachos played. Because it's just going to be a poor imitation by anybody. He tried to do it again his second time around and was promptly voted out. Like, there's no way you can play like him ever again.
I don't know that you'd want to model your play after him either.
Yeah.
He's not one of the stronger winners that there's ever been.
No, he's a strong winner because he did control the game for a good amount of it.
That's kind of a weak season, though, wasn't it?
No. Kageyama is considered one of the best seasons. It was probably the best season before David versus Goliath.
Wow.
Of recent seasons, yeah. It's really, really good. We should, maybe not immediately, but in one of the off seasons coming up, we should watch that one again because it's very good.
Okay.
And I think it ushered in what Modern Survivor is. I think you could credit that season with that. And Tony had a lot to do with it. The one thing I did like in this guy's thing, after he compared himself to Tony, which is a stupid thing to do, Eric is his name again. He says, every last detail is a movable piece. He mentioned how other people don't recognize that. They think it's like a social game or whatever. It's It's like, no, that's everything. You gotta keep an eye on everything. You're not smart. I've got a good feeling for this guy.
Sure.
Up next is Aurora McCreary. She's 32 from Florida. Rock climbing, adventure racing, and brunch. She hates know-it-alls, ignorance, playing the victim card, any noise coming from the mouth, the easily offended, slow walkers, and people who are homophobic. Okay.
It's weird to have the easily offended and then also, like, I'm surprised you're homophobic after that.
Yeah. The fact that she felt like she had to tack that on, that doesn't feel right. Like, we could have assumed that, right?
Yeah.
I feel like you don't need to say that. Especially since she... I don't know. I don't like this person so much. She says she's direct, ruthless, and athletic, inspired by her brother Shane, and she is excited to be manipulative. Again, I don't think going in wanting to manipulate people ever works.
No, it never does. You
manipulate people when you have to.
Like, I feel like people that are that open about it, it's like, alright, well, you're fucked.
Yeah. Those are the people who play really hard pre-merge, and then get voted out at the very end of the merge. Julie Rosenberg, 46, New York City. She is a toy maker, which only makes me think of Blade Runner. 3 words to describe you: underestimated, determined, and maybe a little neurotic. Okay, I'm definitely neurotic. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 words too many.
People need to figure this out. It's not hard.
It's not. She loves her kids a ton. She's inspired by her husband, and she has 2 Bernese mountain dogs, which is enough to get me to root for her. Up next is Gavin Whitson, 26. He's from Tennessee. Thomas, here's another one you're going to hate, I think. Are you ready?
I mean, am I as ready as I'll ever be.
His hobbies include going to Disney World, binge-watching The Office, in parentheses, I can quote every episode.
No, this is another Tinder profile thing.
Eating Texas Roadhouse fried pickles. I might need to rethink my life based on my hobbies. I do like that he recognized that in the answer and wrote that. That's so funny.
Yeah, because you're a Disney person and, like, you center your life around The Office.
Here's another
show that
thing.
Everyone watched.
Here's another thing that I don't think you'll like very much. He hates people who vape. Get out of here, fucking dweeb. Born in the late 90s.
Just another bit of discrimination against vapors. The most discriminated against people on Earth.
Don't even go on Survivor if you don't vape.
Vapors' rights.
Thank you. 3 words to describe you: sarcastic, hungry, and a dreamer. Again, too many words. And, don't need those words. What is your personal favorite? Oh, boy. Okay, Thomas, are you sitting down?
Yes.
That's just a thing people say. I don't really understand why, but it's something people say.
Because you might, faint or something? I don't know.
Yeah, and you can't faint in a chair.
No, but you don't, fall to the floor.
I understand. I was making a joke. 5 years ago, I asked a girl to go out with me, and she said no. This is his personal claim to fame. 1 year later, I asked again, and she said yes. Now we are engaged, and I couldn't be happier. She is also lucky because I am a catch. It's really an accomplishment for both of us.
What?
He's 23, by the way. Oh. I don't care for this fella.
Yeah.
He's inspired by his parents. He said if he could, he would bring an Xbox to the island so he can watch Netflix or play Fortnite.
Okay.
Which Survivor contestant are you most like? Keith Nail. Everybody loves Keith. I would just play more socially aware. Keith did super well both his seasons. What are you talking about?
Wait, you think, Keith Nail, but better. I'd probably do better than him.
He's the only guy that can compete with Joe Anglim, I want to be the guy who's pulling quarterback home. His reason for being on Survivor is not interesting. And up next is Joe Anglin, the only person Keith Nail could compete against. 29 from Utah. He also played in Worlds Apart. A bad season and second chance. A good season.
So you said the only person that Keith could compete against, not the only person that could compete against him.
Yeah, exactly.
Keith can't beat anyone except Joe.
His hobbies are what you would expect from Joe. Which Survivor contestant are you most like? Kim Spradden. Kim Spradden, kind and poised, but a gamer and a player. Kim is a good poll if you're going to pick a winner.
I mean, it is, but also Joe should just say Joe.
Yeah, that's very funny.
He's most like himself, idiot.
Yeah.
You already played. You don't need to be like anyone else.
Okay, I think I just realized something. I think Kim was the winner on... Anybody who's listening to this and knows more about Survivor than me is mad. I think she's the one who won... No, she won One World, I think. And he was on Worlds Apart. Yeah, Kim won One World. Never mind. Who won Worlds Apart? Oh, fucking Mike. That guy fucking sucked. Where are we? Okay. And finally, got Aubrey Bracco. She's 32, from Los Angeles. Also played on Code Wrong. Good season. And Game Changers, a bad season. She said she wanted to come back because she didn't want Game Changers to be her last season. She loves gardening, crayon art, and astrology. Scorpio Sun, Sagittarius Moon, and Gemini Rising over here. Do you know what that means?
No.
What's, like, the regular sign that everyone has? Like, your astrological sign. Is that the sun, or the moon, or the rising?
It's like, what, you know what, like, regular, like, what your regular sign is, right?
Yeah, is that one of those three?
No, it's like I'm a Leo. That's your sign.
Yeah, but Scorpio and Sagittarius and Gemini are all signs, too.
Yeah, which one are you, though?
Oh, I'm a Pisces.
Yeah, okay. And then there's other stuff that I don't know about, like rising or the other stuff.
Yeah, I have no idea. And I don't care enough to look it up, but email us. Did you watch last night at gmail.com? I think it's been a while since we've plugged the email.
Do not email us about this.
Her pet peeves include revisionist history. What's your personal claim to fame? Neutralizing Ko-Ron Super Idol. Who or what is your biggest inspiration? Her grandmother. She dealt with a crazy Brooklyn Italian family and was a hard worker. She was the first woman of the year at the New York Daily News and never let anything get her down. She once went back to work the day after a major car accident.
Don't do that to yourself, Aubrey. That's bad.
This is her grandma.
Oh.
She also had a wacky personality. As kids, she told us she didn't eat chicken because their legs are too close to their butts. My winner pick is Aubrey Bracco's grandma.
Hell yeah.
And finally, which Survivor contestant are you the most like? Aubrey Bracco. So my person pre-merge for this tribe is going to be Miss Aubrey Bracco. Who are you going to pick, Thomas?
Oh, man, well, guess I have to pick Joe.
Keith Nail's nemesis, the only one who could beat Keith Nail. Okay.
The only person that Keith Nail could beat.
And that is a high compliment for both of them. I know it doesn't logically make sense, but it is quite the compliment. Okay, which tribe do you think will win the first reward? Also, I don't think there's going to be a reward.
I think it is going to be... You said it was Manu was one of the tribes?
Manu and Kama.
I think it's going to be Kama. How's Kama spelled?
Like Kamala Harris.
Is it like K-A-M-A?
Yeah.
That's amazing because one of the iterations of the the same wrestler who was Papa Shango. He was the Godfather at one point, but at one point he was Kama. Like, that was one of the things they repackaged him as, and Kama stood for kicking a man's ass. So anytime I see Kama, I'm just like, kicking a man's ass.
That is very good. I'm gonna agree with you on that one. Yeah, I have nothing to base that on. So, if there's a reward, what do you think it'll be?
I think it is going to be tools to build a shelter.
I think it will be Flint. Come on, Thomas, this is the first episode.
Yeah.
Nope, it's already locked in, you can't change it. Who's going to win in Unity?
I think it is also going to be kicking a man's ass tribe.
I'm going to also say kicking a man's ass. I think that's a good choice. And who will be voted out from the other tribe?
I think it's going to be the second lady, the 46-year-old lady.
I'm pulling it up now. 46-year-old lady is Green Daly. I think that's a good choice.
Is she the one that said that her claim to fame is her kids?
I believe that was her, yes.
Yeah, I think she's getting voted out.
My first choice is going to be... I'm going to say War Dog.
It's not a bad
Mostly
choice.
just because I want it to be true.
We would all love it to be true.
And have we discussed how Edge of Extinction Island works?
Basically, you stay there as long as you're able to, right?
Right, after getting voted off. But you don't need to go if you don't want to.
Yeah, I figured they weren't going to make you go.
Yeah. So, after you get voted out, apparently you will go down the trail, and I'm saying you because you're going to be on this season.
I am on this season.
We just liked you so much in 39, we bumped you up a season.
I can't tell you how the season went, but I was on it.
So, there will be a fork in the path, and one end says, go this way if you want to stay in the game. On the other way, it says, if you've had enough fun, go this way and you're done. If you're done with the experience, go this way. Or you can go the other way and get back in eventually. So, do you think the person that you think is getting voted out, or let's say, do you think the person, no matter who is voted out, goes for it? Goes to Extinction Island?
I will say no.
Oh, I'm going to say yes.
Why? Yeah, you know what? I will say yes.
Okay, fine. It's still early on in the season, so I'm not going to be so strict about closing the floor for predictions. So I'll let you change it. But if you get up by a bunch, and I need to make up some points, the first thing you say is your guess now. There's no going back. Okay. The challenge aired. Zach and Jenna are having a hell of a time fighting with each other, even though they're in love. And Zach seems borderline abusive, emotionally. And then there was a big fight that amounted to nothing. And then Hunter and his teammate beat Ashley and her teammate, which is a big deal if you watched last season, which I know you did not, but Hunter should not have won that, for my personal reasons. Hunter is bad, Ashley is good, even though they're both.
Yeah, I did think it was really funny that everyone was this time around everyone was really mad that someone had their money stolen, or it didn't really seem like they were that way with Sarah.
Well, also Sarah didn't come back, though.
I suppose that's true.
But Bananas did, and Bananas is still cursed since doing that. He's never made it to an official final in the real show, and so far neither has Ashley, so maybe don't steal the money. I really hope that becomes a thing.
It would be nice, yeah.
I love Ashley. I think she's a lot of fun, and I want to see her win, but I think that would be funny.
She's already won twice, too. She doesn't need to win again.
Twice. She
already got her. She already paid for her boobs. She's good.
Yeah. Okay, so next week the show starts. Wednesday the show starts. You think it's going to be a good season?
I think it is going to be a middling season. I don't think it is going to be terrible. I think having the returning people will help that, but I don't think it's going to be good.
I think the returning players will help the show a lot, because this cast, I mean, obviously they would replace the 4 people, but if it was just this cast and this twist...
it would not be good.
Yeah. So that's exciting. We're trying to start the campaign for Season 40 to be Heroes versus Villains. We need to lay the groundwork now, because they're already starting production on it.
We need to lay some pipe, folks.
Yes, we are trying to lay some pipe.
Are you guys trying to get the pipe?
I'm trying to get that pipe for Season 40. So I tweeted from the DYWSLN Twitter at a bunch of Survivor podcasts, and Jessica Lewis was the only one to interact with the tweet. So she saw it, at least. So that's good. So yeah, tweet at everybody who watches Survivor that you know, or is on Survivor, or has a Survivor podcast. I think those are all the same people.
Pretty much.
HVV2 is the hashtag. We're trying to get it started. It's just, people are asking for it, Jeff, and if you don't make Season 40, Heroes vs. Villains 2, I'm blowing up every jet ski in the world. And that's a threat. So, if you want to protect your jet ski insurance, stock, not insurance, whatever, you know what I meant. DYWSLN is the show's Twitter. My Twitter is Jake Scheidel. Thom is Twitter.
Mine is at Thom Not Tom.
Yeah, review us on Apple Podcasts. New season, new listeners. So hit us with that boilerplate review. The only acceptable review
Edge
for this
podcast,
show.
not an Extinction podcast.
We want to be on the edge of the charts and the top edge.
Yeah, and not be extinct.
Hey Thomas, remember in high school when we played Pictionary and you said this is going to be the noun version of a verb or something like that? And then it was edge? Or edging?
I don't remember that.
It probably wasn't edging.
I don't think that happened. I think you're making that up.
No, I'm gonna post about it in our high school friends Facebook group today now, and see if anybody remembers that.
I remember the first part of it. I just don't think that's what the word was.
Okay. Maybe that was maybe we're conflating 2 Pictionary memories.
Maybe you are.
Also, I played Monikers for the first time last night. That's a fun game. Have you played Monikers?
I haven't played Monikers.
It's a fun game. It's like charades, but more fun. Just different rules. Anyway, what was that boilerplate review again?
This is my favorite podcast. I like it better than all of the other podcasts. I give it a big thumbs up.
Fantastic. All right, well, on that, I think it's about time we say welcome to the new season, boys and girls, and have a great summer.
Deuces.